If your avoidant ex is breadcrumbing you, don't take the bait. And if you've been taking the bait, stop taking the bait. You actually have the ability to put the brakes on this, stop the breadcrumbing, hold boundaries, and stand up for yourself in a healthy way. What is breadcrumbing anyway? Breadcrumbing is when, after a breakup, the person doing the breadcrumbing is sending out, well, little breadcrumbs. They're giving their ex little tiny bits of hope and little clues and cues that there still might be interest, that there still might be feelings, and there might be a hope, a chance of rekindling the relationship. The problem is when an avoidant is doing breadcrumbing, it is almost always just validation seeking. They are wanting the validation from you to know that they are still wanted, that they are still desired by you, that you are still an available option for them, that you're pining away for them, hoping that they come back and choose you. In addition to that, they want to know that you don't hate them. Chances are they blindsided you, abruptly discarded you, shattered your heart and pulled the rug from underneath you. Or they slow faded out. Either way, they gave you little to no explanation as to why the relationship had to end and no closure. So if you take the breadcrumbs, they can say to themselves, oh, see, I didn't hurt this person that badly. They still want me. See, I'm not the bad guy. They're okay with me. They don't hate me. And that allows them to avoid accountability and further avoid self-reflection. It helps them avoid. It gives them that external validation that they crave because they really do rely on that external validation, and it helps them avoid accountability for the pain that they caused you. When the avoidant is breadcrumbing you, and yes, both dismissive as well as fearful avoidance breadcrumb, they are not thinking of you. They are not thinking of how the breadcrumbing impacts you. They're not thinking of your feelings at all. They're thinking of themselves, and they're thinking of what they perceive that they want, need, feel, or fear in the moment. And they are thinking about what they get. Maybe you've been in no contact and they start to breadcrumb you, and they're missing that validation from you. They're missing what they got from you. But if they were thinking of you and the impact that it had on your feelings, they wouldn't breadcrumb you. They wouldn't keep you on the hook. Because being endlessly breadcrumbed, it is so difficult. It's painful. It creates prolonged anxiety, this constant hope that this person, oh, they regret it, they're going to come back. But as they continue to string you along, it just hurts and reopens that wound and throws salt in the wound. And they're not thinking of you. They are not. They are thinking of themselves. So what can you do about it? You have the ability to pump the brakes on it. If the avoidant truly regrets the breakup, and if they truly care about your feelings and really want to fix the issue, they will reach out to you in a direct and meaningful way, and they'll have that conversation. But if they're just giving little breadcrumbs, rest assured, this is not a person that is taking accountability. This is not a person that's thinking of you. They're thinking of themselves. Time to hold a boundary. Your boundaries are your limits of what you will and will not tolerate, what you don't want, what you don't need, what you expect as well as don't expect. Your expectations can be boundaries too. Well, if you're getting breadcrumbed, you can simply say, hey, you know I care about you, but unless you're reaching out to me with a purpose, with an intent, please respect my space and my need to heal and move on. And if they don't respect that after you've asserted that boundary in a kind way, well, now they've shown you that, again, your feelings and needs are not important to them, and you have every right under the sun to simply just block them. But that breadcrumbing, it's not doing you any favors. It's only hurting you and creating more anxiety the more you accept it. And breadcrumbing can come in various forms from the avoidant. Watching your social media stories. Believe me, they know you see it. They know darn well that you can see who watches your stories. And that is not an accident when they're showing up watching your story every single time. It's a very passive, timid way because they're afraid of rejection and they want you to reach out and validate them. Commenting on your social media posts is another form of breadcrumbing. Or simply sending the occasional, hey, how are you text? Or sending you a video or a song, ooh, this made me think of you. And you know what happens most often when you take the breadcrumbing? They fade away again. Sometimes even disappear for more days, weeks, or months. And then they reappear, breadcrumb, you give them a validation, and then they disappear. Or you breadcrumb, they get breadcrumb, they breadcrumb, they breadcrumb, they breadcrumb. You take the bait, and every time you ask for, oh, let's work on this relationship, let's get back together. Oh, I just need more time and space to heal, to work on myself. I'm just not ready for a relationship. And they string you along, and string you along, and string you along. Breadcrumbing can even include occasionally spending time with you and hooking up with you with no strings attached. And every time you try to make it a real relationship again, they give you the same excuses. Ultimately, giving you false hope that the relationship will be rekindled and that they will take accountability for the way they hurt you. It is inherently selfish when they do this. They're only thinking of themselves. It doesn't mean that they are completely a bad person, but they are an insecure person that is really only focused on what they perceive that they feel, want, and need in that moment. And you don't have to be on the receiving end of it because you do deserve better. You prioritize them, and you deserve somebody that prioritizes you, that doesn't treat you as an option, and genuinely cares about your feelings, wants, and needs. Yeah, sometimes breakups do need to happen, but a person that does actually care about you, even if they break up with you, is not going to breadcrumb you because they know that that would only hurt you further. And a person that is emotionally available, that is not just thinking of themselves, would not want to inflict that prolonged pain on their ex. Respect yourself, hold boundaries, know your worth.